It was a tragedy that sent shockwaves through South Africa. The deaths of two promising doctors, Dr. Mainfred Mphikeleli Shikwambana and Dr. Tshimangadzo Muofhe, both were found dead in their Thornhill estate home on a quiet Monday morning. What started as a seemingly ordinary day ended in unimaginable heartbreak, leaving behind grieving families, colleagues, and a medical fraternity struggling to come to terms with their loss. This case is a stark reminder of the silent battles that can rage behind closed doors, even among the most accomplished individuals. Here, we recount the details of that fateful day, the events leading up to it, and the questions that still linger. Dr. Shikwambana and Dr. Muofhe were highly respected professionals in their respective fields. Shikwambana, 35, was a clinical manager at Donald Fraser Hospital, while Muofhe, 32, worked in the obstetrics and gynecology department at Petersburg Hospital. They were admired for their dedication to their work and the lives they touched in their careers. However, their personal relationship was far from perfect. It was marked by tension, unresolved conflicts, and allegations of domestic violence. Friends and family close to the couple were aware of their struggles, though the extent of their difficulties only came to light after their deaths. By the way, I post true crime case here on this channel every week, so if that sounds like your kind of thing, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot. The deaths of Dr. Shikwambana and Dr. Muofhe left a profound void in the medical community. Limpopo Health MEC Dr. Fofi Ramathuba expressed the collective grief felt by their colleagues, patients, and loved ones. She described the tragedy as a significant loss, not only to their families, but also to the healthcare system, which had relied on their expertise and passion.
If you look at Dr. Shikwambana, we appointed him as a clinical manager at Donald Fraser Hospital. And during that short space of time, he managed to turn around the hospital. It was leading in terms of maternal death in that district and being the top 5 in the province. For the 2 years that he was there, he was able to reduce it to 0 avoidable maternal.
The weekend preceding the tragedy began on a celebratory note. Muofhe traveled from Polokwane to Thohoyandou to visit her family, bringing her 2 young children along to celebrate her mother's birthday. According to her family, she initially intended to return to Polokwane on Sunday evening, but decided to extend her stay after a long day. Her sister recalled that during their conversations that weekend, she voiced concerns about the relationship between Muofhe and Shikwambana. She warned her sister about potential dangers, reportedly saying, "This guy is going to end up killing you." Muofhe allegedly responded, asking whether her sister truly believed he was capable of such an act. The unease lingered, but the family parted ways on Monday morning as Muofhe prepared to return to Polokwane. She left early, telling her family she would head home, change, and go to work. The morning of the tragedy, Muofhe checked in with her family after her 2-hour drive to Polokwane, reassuring them she had arrived safely. However, as the morning progressed, her behavior seemed unusual. Her sister tried calling multiple times, growing increasingly anxious when Muofhe did not respond, a departure from her usual habits. When Muofhe eventually returned the calls around midday, she sounded down and evasive, giving little explanation for why she had not gone to work. During this brief call, she spoke to her children before abruptly ending the conversation. Her family's unease only deepened. Alarmed by the lack of communication, Muofhe's mother decided to drive to the Thornhill estate in Polokwane. Upon arriving, she explained her concerns to the security guards at the complex. After some resistance, the guards escorted her to the unit. Inside, the scene was devastating. The couple's bodies were discovered in the home. Muofhe was found lying on the floor, while Shikwambana's body was on the bed. Investigators later confirmed it as a murder-suicide. Preliminary reports indicated that the two had an argument earlier in the day, culminating in Shikwambana allegedly shooting Muofhe before turning the gun on himself. Details about the state of the home added to the confusion and sorrow. A 5-liter bottle containing urine and a cup of coffee were found in the room where the couple died, raising questions about what had transpired in their final hours. Muofhe's sister shared that her sibling had been contemplating a fresh start away from Shikwambana. She had reportedly been seeking a job in another province, hoping to leave behind the troubled relationship. Both had previously opened domestic violence cases against each other, underscoring the deep challenges they faced. The tragic deaths of Dr. Shikwambana and Dr. Muofhe highlight the complex and often hidden dynamics of troubled relationships. While they were admired for their professional achievements, their personal struggles ended in heartbreak. This case is a reminder of the importance of addressing domestic issues and seeking help when warning signs arise. As their families and communities continue to mourn, their story stands as a somber lesson about the far-reaching consequences of unresolved conflict and the silent battles faced by many behind closed doors. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot. South African crime, delving into real-life crime cases in South Africa.